So we talked about logical operator and arithmetic operator, right? Now we'll talk about these strings. Strings are collection of characters. We How do we define what is the syntax for the string? A double quote input characters are words in double quotes that become a string. Example, string welcome string, you can say, is equals to hello John. That's that's an example of a string variable welcome we define, or you can say greeting. This is user defined or developer defined variable name, and this is the string class, and we are defining this one. So in strings, heavily we use strings in a programming language day to day in real projects. So majority of these string functions calculating the length are comparing two strings, or replacing a character in a given string, or reversing of a characters in a string, and so on, and concatenation of strings. All these we will do with the string operation. String API provide more functions where we can utilize those and perform converting small letters to capital or capital to small, converting whole string to capital, or we call like different conventions. All those conventions also will be able to perform, which means like camel case is an example. First letter of each word will be capital in a given string. So converting that, we need to divide the string into split by space. Let's say here we have a two words, right? Hello and John already in a capital letters, camel case. Let's say program is to convert each whole string into camel case. That point of time we will divide a whole string into array of words, means like separated by space will divide, and each first character of the each word will be capitalized and then connect back. That is that is more of strings. Defining a string like this, it will occupy some memory, and the string pool will be created. How many strings are referring to same value will be mapped to the same memory location. As you define number of strings like this, it is a cost effective. That's the reason we use string builders. String builder is one time created object which you can append n number of words into that one, and then convert that string builder object into a string that automatically creates only one optimized memory. So string builder is another one. We will see an example of string builder concatenating different strings using the string builder and convert into a string. We will learn more about the strings API also as we do sample exercises. And if else is a condition logic. If we in a program, let's say we are in a situation to do whenever A is greater than B, print bigger number, which is A, otherwise print number B. In that condition, we need to write if else, right? Syntax for that if else is if condition open bracket, close bracket, condition one, and then open brace and close brace. This is if block. We can write only if block and then followed by else block. Else block will not be having any condition. Whenever this if block is false, means like if this if condition is false, then automatically else block will be executed. What if we have like more than one condition, right? If we have a second condition here, how do we achieve that? That's called else if block. Here you can put condition 2. Then you can define final one else block. If you have another condition, you can add another else if condition. N number of else if conditions we can add and do the final else. That's what it is. If else slash else if. Else if. That's the syntax for this. We will see in an example how we define and use this. And then switch statements. Switch statements is to, we have like cases. Let's say we have an expression switch syntax, which would take an expression. Switch takes an expression, or let's say you are getting a character. Let's say expression is nothing but a character. You are passing a character into this one. Expression is a character type, and you can get case character A type or character X type. Do this one. In the case Y, do something. Case Z, do something, right? If we put like this, all these cases will be executed. If we want to execute one case and only this one to execute and break the switch flow, we use the break keyword. And there will be a default keyword. Let's say anything is not matching in this expression, whatever we put these three cases not matching, there will be a default case. We can execute a default block of code when there is no match to perform anything here. And similar way, we can put a break here, and a break here. We'll see an example of a switch statement in a while, okay? That is a switch. For loop is to iterate through, let's say we have array of integers. It has like array of size 10 elements in it or 20 elements in it. We use a for loop to iterate through. For has like, Java API has like different iteration of for loops you could use. A standard one is like for initialize a variable int I is equals to 0, I less than, you can define the length or characters 10 and I plus plus. This is a pre-increment and post-increment arithmetic operations. We will see that. This is for syntax. Syntax, define a variable and define the maximum boundary for that variable and what iteration, for each iteration, how many values it need to increase. Right now, what we are doing, we are defining an I value 0 and maximum boundary is a 10. So each time this for loop will repeat 0 to 9 times, and whatever logic inside this for loop will be printed, increasing value at a level of 1. I plus plus means like 1. If we want to change and increase, I is equal I plus 2 means like 0, and at 2 step level value will increase, means like first iteration 0 and second iteration it will become 2, third iteration it will become 4, fourth iteration it will become 6. We will do an exercise on this and you will get to know how to do this one. As simple as for loop you guys can remember for now. There will be for each and the more of like chaining or advanced for loops you could see. As you practice and get more hands dirty, you can habitate to advanced ones. And remember, this is the standard one and easiest to get started with. And there is a while block and a do while block. While loop is it iterate through until a given condition is failed. Do while is like it won't check the condition, but it executes some set of instructions and then check the condition. While block, while, and we provide a condition and then set of instructions. Do while is what we are saying do, and then at last we are saying while condition. Means like I wanted to do in a situation, I wanted to perform some operations, some set of instructions to execute, and then check the condition. while block. This is kind of like executing statements up front and checking the condition after the fact. Where while block is initially check the condition and then enter into this one. We'll see an example how it prints the value, right? Those are the loops, for loop and if loop, sorry, if for loop and while do while case we did, right? Okay, perfect. We will jump into these exercises. First one is printing a sample example, right? Hello, printing your name, kind of. So get into here. What I'll do, I'll be writing methods inside this, and we could call those methods one after another. So to define a function syntax is to access specifier public, and then this is a class inside static. Static is a keyword. We will talk about the static later point. And no return types, void print name. And then we can say, or we can say print name, you can say. And here in system.out.println, we take this as it is and put here and hello world in place. Then you can put hello John or your name as an example. That is first example, first program to write. Print your name, hello your name, right? We are printing that one. That's the first one. Second one is write a program to print all data type variables. Define all data types and print, right? So here we can define same example, same method we can take, change the print all data types. Is to just to get practice with how do we define different types of data, right? Here, what I'll do, byte b is equals to 1. This is how we define the variable, right? Primitive data type and variable name and the value. I'm just giving byte b, short s is equals to 1 2 3 4, and then what is the another data type? Integer I is equals to 23, and then float f is equals to 24.245. What if I the compiler is showing an error? What is type mismatch cannot convert from double to float? The compiler is thinking this is a double value. When you put f, it indicates that's a float value, and we'll define a long value l is equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6, and put this one. Compiler says an error. What it says, type int is out of range. It is considering this is an integer type, but we are assigning to long, and also it is saying value is out of range of integer. If we put the L, it is not complaining. Long is a bigger, it has like more storage, right? So we can define bigger numbers on the long, and we'll put the double is equals to it's 5679. And see here, when we don't put the float, it was automatically taking as a double and unable to convert to float, right? So here we don't need to print these values. How we could do that? Same, take system.out.println. You can type system.out.println, inside this, you can